For decades, the U.S. dollar has reigned supreme as the foundation of global trade and finance. Its dominance has allowed the United States to wield immense economic and geopolitical influence, setting the terms of international trade, enforcing sanctions, and maintaining its status as the world's largest economy. However, this supremacy is facing a significant challenge. A coalition of emerging powers, known as BRICS, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been quietly working to reduce global reliance on the dollar and reshape the financial landscape. This effort, often referred to as de-dollarization, could potentially disrupt the global balance of power. The situation became particularly tense during Donald Trump's presidency, as his administration adopted a hardline stance against BRICS. From the very first day of his tenure, Trump made it clear that he viewed BRICS ambitions as a direct threat to U.S. interests. He reiterated his intent to impose a 100% tariff on goods from BRICS nations, a move that was not merely a trade policy but a calculated response to counter BRICS' growing challenge to the dollar-dominated financial system. Trump's America First approach placed U.S. economic interests at the forefront of his administration's agenda. For Trump, the efforts by BRICS to bypass the dollar were not just economic maneuvers but a geopolitical threat. If successful, BRICS initiatives could inspire other nations to follow suit, thereby undermining the dollar's global dominance and eroding the United States' unparalleled influence in international affairs. By imposing steep tariffs, Trump aimed to disrupt BRICS' strategy and send a strong message that the U.S. would not tolerate any attempt to challenge its supremacy. However, BRICS did not back down. Instead, the alliance intensified its efforts, signaling that this was more than just a trade dispute. It was a battle for the future of global power dynamics. BRICS' strategy to reduce dependency on the dollar is a testament to innovation, collaboration, and resilience. At its core, the alliance seeks to build an independent financial system that serves the interests of emerging economies, breaking free from Western-dominated institutions like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank. One of the cornerstones of BRICS' strategy is the establishment of the New Development Bank, NDB, which was launched in 2014. Unlike the IMF or the World Bank, which operate within a dollar-centric framework, the NDB funds infrastructure and development projects in member nations using local currencies. This approach not only reduces reliance on the dollar but also empowers BRICS nations to take greater control of their economic futures. The NDB represents a fundamental shift in how global financial institutions can operate, emphasizing inclusivity and local empowerment over dollar dependency. In addition to the NDB, BRICS members have been negotiating bilateral trade agreements that bypass the dollar entirely. For instance, China and Russia now conduct a significant portion of their trade in yuan and rubles, while India and Brazil have explored using their local currencies for trade. These agreements weaken the dollar's dominance in international transactions and pave the way for a more diversified and equitable financial system. Another innovative aspect of BRICS' strategy is the promotion of digital currencies. China, in particular, has been at the forefront with its digital yuan project. By leveraging blockchain technology, BRICS aims to create a decentralized financial system that reduces the influence of Western financial institutions. The digital yuan is not only a technological achievement but also a strategic tool to challenge the existing financial order. These efforts are already showing tangible results. BRICS nations have successfully reduced their reliance on the dollar in key sectors, signaling a shift in global trade dynamics. However, this progress comes with challenges, particularly the pressure exerted by the United States. Trump's aggressive tariff policies were designed to test the resilience of BRICS, but the alliance has remained steadfast. China, often seen as the leader of BRICS, has responded to Trump's tariff threats with a measured and calculated approach. While the U.S. administration has adopted an aggressive tone, China has emphasized openness, inclusiveness, and cooperation. This diplomatic stance reflects China's long-term vision of fostering economic resilience among emerging markets while gradually reducing dependency on Western systems. Behind China's diplomatic rhetoric lies a robust strategy. Recognizing that Trump's tariffs are not just about trade but also about undermining BRICS unity, China has doubled down on its commitments to the alliance. It has increased funding for BRICS initiatives, expanded trade agreements with member states, and accelerated the development of its digital yuan project. Domestically, China has prepared for the fallout from U.S. tariffs by diversifying its trade partnerships and investing in technologies that reduce reliance on American products. China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, further solidifies its leadership role within BRICS. By offering emerging economies an alternative to Western-led financial systems, the BRI strengthens BRICS' vision of a more balanced global financial order. China's calm and cooperative approach sends a powerful message of unity and resilience to its allies, demonstrating that BRICS is not just an economic bloc but a strategic partnership with a shared vision for the future. While China leads the charge, other BRICS members, like India, face unique challenges and priorities. India, for instance, is deeply committed to BRICS vision but also values its economic ties with the United States. The U.S. is India's largest trade partner, and this relationship is vital to India's economic growth, particularly in key sectors like technology, pharmaceuticals, and textiles. As a result, India has taken a cautious approach to de-dollarization, balancing its commitments to BRICS with its national interests. India's dual approach highlights the diversity within BRICS. While the group shares a common goal of reducing dollar dependency, its members have different priorities and constraints. This diversity is both a strength and a challenge, forcing BRICS to adapt and evolve. Trump, meanwhile, has used tariffs as a tool for leverage, often combining public praise for his rivals with hardline policies. His administration's stance on BRICS and China has reflected a consistent pattern of using economic pressure to push for better trade terms. While Trump has occasionally signaled a willingness to engage diplomatically, his broader strategy has remained focused on maintaining U.S. dominance. Ultimately, the ongoing standoff between the U.S. and BRICS represents more than just a trade dispute. It is a clash of competing visions for the future of global power. Whether the two sides can find common ground or continue down a path of rivalry remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that BRICS' efforts to reshape the financial system have already begun to change the dynamics of global trade and economics. As the world watches this unfolding economic showdown, one question remains: can the great powers of the world coexist peacefully, or will competing interests drive deeper divisions? The answer could define the course of global relations for decades to come.